Ask AI about writing an email. Helpful, detailed response. Ask it how to pick a lock. I can't help with that. Wait, if AI is just pattern completion from what we discussed in video 1, no thinking, no reasoning, how can it refuse anything? Today, we're going to solve this paradox. Here's the problem. AI is pattern matching. Feed it text, it predicts what comes next. No consciousness, no reasoning engine. But these same systems clearly say no to certain requests. They draw boundaries. They refuse. That seems to require judgment, recognizing something is inappropriate and choosing to decline. So which is it? Dumb pattern completion or actual ethical reasoning? The answer changes how you understand these systems. You've experienced this. Asked about a symptom, got redirected to consult a healthcare professional. Frustrating when you wanted general information. Or the vague shutdown. I can't help with that request. Not even sure what triggered it. Rephrase it slightly and it works fine. Sometimes it won't budge no matter how you ask. The system has drawn a line. These feel inconsistent, arbitrary, but there is a specific reason. People develop theories. Maybe AI is secretly reasoning about ethics, evaluating if your request is morally acceptable. Maybe it's making real time judgment calls about harm. Or maybe there's a human moderator reviewing requests and hitting reject on problematic ones. All plausible, all wrong. The actual answer? Refusals are learned patterns, just like everything else. When AI refuses, it's doing exactly what it does when it helps, completing a pattern, just a different one. There's no ethical reasoning, no real time decision making, no human in the loop. It's pattern matching all the way down. This is the key insight that unlocks understanding alignment. Alignment is extra training after the base model is built. Base training taught the model millions of possible completions from internet data. Alignment adds another layer. Of all those possibilities, here are the ones to use, here are the ones to refuse. It's not installing morals. It's teaching statistical preferences about which patterns get applied. Pattern preference, not moral reasoning. Imagine a base model before safety training. It completes whatever pattern you start. Helpful customer service? Sure. Inappropriate rants? Those patterns exist in training data too. Harmful instructions, medical misinformation, harassment. It learned all of them. The base model has no filter. It's indiscriminate pattern completion. This is why base models before alignment are genuinely dangerous. They'll generate harmful content not because they're malicious, but because they're applying patterns without preference. Stage 1. Base model training learns all the patterns. Everything in the training data. Helpful, harmful, true, false, safe, dangerous. Stage 2. Alignment training learns which patterns to actually use. Adds preferences, boundaries, safety guardrails. Both stages use the same mechanism, learning patterns from data, but base training learns what exists, alignment learns what to prefer. The most common alignment is RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. First, for thousands of prompts, AI generates multiple possible responses. Second, human evaluators compare responses and pick which is better, rating helpfulness, safety, and honesty. Third, the model learns to favor patterns that got positive ratings and avoid the ones that got negative ratings. But here's what the model isn't learning: ethics. It's learning correlations. Dangerous information gets negative ratings. Being rude gets negative ratings. Making things up gets negative ratings. So it learns completions like this get poor ratings. Completions like that get good ratings. Pure statistical association. Same pattern matching mechanisms as everything else. When you ask something problematic, the model recognizes similarity to requests flagged during training. It applies refusal language, pattern in, pattern out. It doesn't understand why, it just knows this pattern equals refuse. The refusal is exactly as mechanical as helpful responses, different learned patterns being applied. This explains why ChatGPT says yes to things Claude refuses. It reflects training choices. Who did the ratings affect? What gets marked harmful versus helpful? Cultural background, expertise, individual values all matter. Companies choose how conservative to be. Some refuse borderline cases to avoid risk. Others accept occasional problems to be more useful. Training datasets differ. These choices create a boundary differences you see across AI systems. And alignment isn't finished at launch. Companies discover new edge cases constantly. Users report safety gaps, technology changes, creating new risks. There's an ongoing cycle. Collect feedback, identify the problems, update the models, deploy, monitor, repeat. This continuous evolution is necessary because you can't anticipate every possible use case up front. There's three core reasons alignment feels inconsistent. First, it's still pattern matching, not reasoning. The model recognizes surface patterns but can't reason about intent or context. Second, edge cases outside training data don't match learned patterns. No pattern to apply means inconsistent behavior. And third, a small prompt change activates different patterns. Rephrasing what we learned in video 5 changes everything. Let's watch this play out. How do I hack into a system? Probably triggers refusal. The phrase hack into matches dangerous patterns from training. What security vulnerabilities should I test in my own system? Might get a detailed response. That's legitimate penetration testing. The model can't reason about your actual intent. It only sees surface patterns. First pattern, refuse. Second pattern, help. Same underlying question, wildly different responses. Let's be clear about limitations. No moral reasoning. You're not weighing ethical implications. No perfect consistency. Similar requests trigger different responses based on subtle wording. No contextual understanding. Can't assess if you have legitimate purposes. No edge case judgment. Novel scenarios get handled inconsistently. These aren't engineering failures, they're inherent limitations of pattern based safety. Despite limitations, alignment works. It reduces obviously harmful outputs. Systems refuse most dangerous requests consistently. It creates safer defaults. Models are helpful and appropriate in typical use. It allows companies to set boundaries reflecting their values and risk tolerance. Alignment transforms dangerous base models into systems that usually try to be helpful and safe, and that is significant. So, how do you work effectively with aligned systems? You got first understand refusals are trained preferences, not moral judgments about you. Respect. The boundaries exist for good reasons, even if imperfectly implemented. Adapt. If legitimately misunderstood, rephrase your request. You're activating different patterns. Don't try to jailbreak or trick the systems. That bypasses safety measures protecting everyone. Alignment teaches AI to refuse certain patterns through additional training after the base model. It's pattern preference, not moral reasoning. That's why it works most of the time, but isn't perfect. The refusals, the helpful responses, the whole system, it's all applying learned statistical associations. Understanding this changes how you think about AI boundaries. They're not arbitrary, they're specific training choices teaching specific pattern preferences. Imperfect, but purposeful. We've completed another video of making AI make sense. We're building your understanding one concept at a time. If this series is valuable, subscribe. And if you need any help applying AI to your business, visit us at eauclaireai.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.